What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, I'm bringing you a first impression and demo of the CoverGirl TruBlend's contour palette. This is a cream palette with a highlight, a contour, and a bronzer. I got this for free through the CoverGirl Insiders Club, and if you don't know anything about that, I'll just post it down below so you guys can sign up if you want to try it out. But yeah, this is a new palette by CoverGirl. I believe this is an L. I thought that I requested for a medium. I want to say L is for light, medium, and dark. I know they have 3 different shades in the palette. Hopefully they didn't accidentally give me the wrong one. Maybe this was misprint, I don't know. But anyways, let me go on ahead and share some swatches with you guys before we get into the demo. And at the end of the video, I will tell you my first impression. So again, this comes with a highlight, a contour, and a bronzer. So the first shade here is the highlight, which is more of a champagne colored highlight. Very pigmented, very, very creamy. These say that, or they claim to be really easy to blend out. So yes, that is the highlight shade. And then digging into the contour shade, which is a very cool tone contour, but again, nice and rich in tone. So yeah, there goes the contour shade. And then lastly, we have the bronzer, which is not very pigmented. I'm going to give you guys a second swatch here. It does have a little bit of sheen to it, but yeah, so there are the swatches for this palette. If you want to see how I used it and see what I thought about it at the end, make sure that you stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. So I have already done my foundation, and I just did like a very natural look on my eyelids. It's nothing that I've never shown you guys before, but I did want to share with you my highlight and contour, you know, whatever, and give you a first impressions on this TruBlend contour palette by CoverGirl. And this is brand new. I'm not sure whether or not this is in stores yet. I actually received this directly from CoverGirl, but it comes in 3 different shades. I actually got this for free to test out and to share with you guys. So let's just dive on into things. Like I said, the foundation is down. The first thing that I'm going to do is take my concealer, which is the Bright Future Concealer by Sephora. All right, and now digging into this palette, I am going to take the middle contour shade, and I am just going to take, I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush just to dip it in. This is a thin synthetic hair brush, so hopefully it makes it nice and easy for me to place this down. So first impression, not really loving how gray this looks on me. I got this in the shade medium. I don't know, we're gonna go on ahead and roll with it for now. And maybe once I blend it out a bit more, it'll start to come together. Okay, so that's where I'm going to begin. And I'm going to use my Beauty Blender sponge just to begin on my highlighted areas and then begin to buff out the contour. As you guys already know, I am one to set my under eye immediately, so I'm using my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder just to set this. Now I'm going to take the wider end of my Beauty Blender sponge to begin to blend out the contour. And to set my contour, I'm just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. And I am going to go in with this middle shade because it kind of matches up with what we already have going on. And I am just using a contour brush. All right, and just to clean up the contour, I have like a little bit of the RCMA powder sprinkled into this compact, and I am just going to use my Beauty Blender sponge just to kind of carve. And I'm going to go on ahead and use some more of this powder just to set the other areas that we highlighted and contoured. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush just to very lightly dust this on the rest of those areas. As the rest of those areas are setting and I'm baking, I am going to first swatch this just to see if this is something. Yeah, I think I'm going to go on ahead and use this with my finger. This is the highlight shade, and I'm just going to tap it on the highest points of my cheekbones. And to set the highlight, I am just going to use my Wet n Wild Gold Bar with a fan brush. Also going to highlight using my Mary Luminizer on the corners of my eyes as well as the high points of my arches on my eyebrows. I was thinking whether or not I should go on ahead and use the bronzer. I think I'm going to skip using the bronzer since I put all the rest of these powders on my face. So I'm just going to use my contour kit once again to just bronze up my face with this shade here. Now I'm just going to take my face powder just to kind of melt everything together and dust away the leftover powders. And to finish up the look, I'm going to go on ahead and line my eyes and go on ahead and put on my mascara and my lipstick, and I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. I went on ahead and finished up my eyes and I put on my lipstick. So let's give a quick review, just initial review. Obviously, I did not use the bronzer. I felt like it just wasn't going to be dark enough. So I don't know. I'll play around with it again, and I mean, it just seems very, very sheer. But overall, I really did enjoy the highlight. The highlighter was definitely the standout cream in this palette to me. with the contour shade, at first I wasn't too sure about how I liked how gray it pulled as soon as I put it on my skin. I am more of an olivey tone, so I have a lot of gold in my skin, or in my skin tone, Jesus Christ. So it did look very, very stark at first, but now seeing the overall look, once I kind of added a little bit of bronzer and the highlight and everything, it does come out really, really well. I really enjoyed how easy it was to blend these creams out, especially using my fingers with the highlight and then using a brush with the contour. It did fabulously. I almost am curious to see if I will get better results with the deep shade. I think I might pick it out and pick it up and see how it works out for me. But overall, I will give this an 8 out of 10 right now, mainly because I think that I just need a darker shade range here. But I do enjoy the way they blended out using my fingers and a brush for the highlight and the contour. I just would have liked to see the bronzer be a little bit more deep in pigmentation. But overall, this was a really, really good palette. I would totally suggest it to at least try it out. It's a cheaper alternative than buying like an Anastasia contour kit. I've never owned the cream contour, so I can't say how it does, but I think that this worked really, really well for the price. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this first impressions. If you like these type of videos, make sure you hit it with a thumbs up. And until the next one, I will see you guys later. Peace.